This is Hong Kong, where people are doing everything they can to avoid becoming the next victim of the deadly coronavirus. With no vaccine and no certainty of when the outbreak will end, many are turning to face masks to protect themselves. But the World Health Organization says masks aren't enough.
For people who have no symptoms, the mask will not necessarily protect them 100% because if they don't apply other measures, it's not sufficient. So my message is more that mask alone is not enough.
An Israeli company wants to offer a different message. Argamon claims its new revolutionary face masks are more than just shields, but weapons that can kill 99% of viruses, like the coronavirus.
It kills all viruses, all bacteria, all fungus. And it will do it 100% of the time, all day, all night, 7 days a week. You can wash it, you can bleach it, you can dye it.
Boy, BTN, it is Break the News, and I am your host, and I am the attention decoder or decoder of attention, and I break down the scripts for you to decipher. So now I'm finna get into it. Well, as you can see in the title, it says BTN debunks Jeffrey Gabay, which is your boy, me. Now, Jeffrey Gabay states it all kills all viruses, all bacteria, and it will do it 100% of the time, all day, all night, 7 days a week. You can wash it, you can bleach it, you can dye it. Man, this man is he's making a commercial. He's promoting this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man should be promoting in America right now. Anyways, it's your boy TN. Let's speak it. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. What's a promise man to the promised land? Israel, y'all got y'all one savior. Mr. Gabby, the science man, claimed this man's may kill all viruses, bacteria. Yeah, I agree when it comes to E. coli, but why are people still dying from the flu, ammonia, Ebola, death by the numbers? Are you really ensuring this could save the whole world? How fucking so? When zinc, copper, oxidized nano products are known to do more harm and have the research to back it up. I have the research to back it up. You're asking people to wear masks for the rest of their lives while inhaling toxins in their bloodstream. Their lungs as well. Where is this help? Where's the help? Excuse me. I'm a little bit off today, guys. But like I said, he's saying stuff like, oh, it kills all viruses, all bacteria, and it will do 100% of the time, and all day, all night, 7 days a week. You can wash it, you can bleach it, you can dye it. My thing is, why is he such a commercialized appeal with this? Like, he's acting like, this is something that is supposed to be happening. Like, this is a normality, Wearing a mask shouldn't be a normality, That shouldn't be a normality. Especially, they said how the mask was developed and how it was set up. So, using your logical sense, you all know what a periodic table is. You all know what the periodic metals are and what the alkaline metals and what the acid metals are. So you will understand, how that science work. And I'm not gonna get too much into it because I actually did the research and I actually, I actually got a document I'm finna actually put out with this research I have done. But anyways, I just want to say, guys, be mindful, because what you just saw on this news screen was the reporter even said it himself. He was like, China, Wuhan are becoming victims of this news crisis, or this corona crisis, you know what I'm saying, or this corona crisis. And he's even saying stuff like victim. They're saying stuff like victim. When people say words like victim means you are being held against your will. Right? Hold on. You are being held against your will, and usually when you hear about a victim, you hear about a suspect. You hear about the person that's abusing the victim, the person that's trying to silence the victim. Somebody that's a victim, they are not in control of the situation. They are the ones that's being dominated. So how is this coronavirus affecting or dominating people, or why are they giving these characters or this disease a characteristic, a personality? They're personifying this virus as if it's a person. Understand that. Why would you personify a virus? Why don't you just call it a virus and stop personifying it, calling it what you want it to be, like it's I guess an entity. It's not a, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys, you have to understand how this thing works. You know what I'm saying? They use certain words like victim. You know what I'm saying? Or with Jeffrey Gabbay, he says stuff like it kills all viruses, all bacteria. Okay, first of all, that makes no sense. If you kill all bacteria, you won't even be, your body is made of bacteria. So if you kill all bacteria, you might as well killing yourself, because you're wiping out all the natural fluid inside of your body. So stuff like that makes no sense. When you make comments like that and try to commercialize a mask for other people to get, you're not understanding. You're trying to bring about a salvation to people, but in reality, it's not bringing about a salvation. I'm going to prove how this is not a salvation to people, because this is actually going to be the opposite of helping people. And I'm going to prove in my presentation, this is the total opposite of trying to help somebody get through a crazy situation or a crazy event. I'm going to prove in my document, guys, my presentation. So be on the lookout. And yes, thank you guys for watching this. And it's your boy BTN, the Attention Decoder. And yeah, guys, we're in this joint. Okay, what's up, guys? It's your boy TBN. It's Break the News, and we are back on some stuff. So, excuse me, it's your boy BTN, and we are back on some news and break the stuff. I am here to direct you to my vision and what I always do in how psychology work. I work with that reverse psychology. I analyze that, and I direct you to the energy. So therefore, we're in this video. And let's go. So right now you see Argamon Technologies reinventing cotton empowering polymers. That is just a short word of saying that Argamon has been reinventing a new mask, and they are coming up with a mask that is designed to help with the virus that's been spread as a pandemic all over the earth, right? Allegedly, right? Okay. So now, this mask, like I said, it has three chemicals that control this element that makes this mask powerful. You have zinc, and you have nano, and you have oxide, copper oxide. These three chemicals are the powers of this mask, and I'm gonna tell you how detrimental. I'm gonna read you the facts of how detrimental these chemicals are to your health. If you're wearing these masks, or if you're trying to buy a mask, don't buy a mask, because this is a detrimental effect to your health. Listen up. Inhaling. So we're gonna talk about zinc. We're going to read about zinc. With this is the CDC words they have put out. This is their words from their article. I have used this as evidence to prove my claim. Now, inhaling large amounts of zinc, as zinc dust or fumes from smelting or welding can cause a specific short-term disease called metal fume fever, which is generally reversible once exposure to zinc ceases. However, very little is known about the long-term effects of breathing zinc dust or fumes. Okay, so as you see right there, they said zinc causes metal fume fever, and if you know, metal fume fever causes nausea, vomiting, and headaches and stuff of that nature, and stomach problems. So, with that being said, you have zinc, and now also that down the line, you're gonna read that copper actually causes the same disease, metal fume fever. So you have zinc causing metal fume fever, and you have the copper causing fume fever as well. Taking too much zinc into the body through food, water, or dietary supplements can also affect health. The levels of zinc that produce adverse health effects are much higher than the recommended dietary allowances. RDAs for zinc of 11 mg day for men and 8 mg day for women. If large doses of zinc 10-15 times higher than the RDA are taken by mouth, even for a short time, stomach cramps, nausea and vomiting may occur. Ingesting high levels of zinc for several months may cause anemia, damage the pancreas, and decreased levels of high-density lipoprotein, HDL, cholesterol. So now, imagine wearing those masks, right? And that mask has zinc in it, and you're inhaling that zinc for months and months and months. You are going to have constant stomach cramps, you're going to have stomach cramps, nausea, vomiting, and you're going to be having a high ingest of those high levels of zinc, and you're going to have anemia, and you're going to have a damaged pancreas. You're going to have so much effects done to you, you're not going to know what's going on. But I'm here to warn you before it even happens, before it's too late. Now, let's get to the next one. How might I be exposed to zinc? Let's get that done. Now, zinc is an essential element needed by your body in small amounts. We are exposed to zinc compounds in food. The average daily zinc intake through the diet in this country ranges from 5.2 to 16.2 milligrams. Milligram equals 0.001 gram. Food may contain levels of zinc ranging from approximately 2 parts of zinc per million, 2 ppm parts of foods, e.g. leafy vegetables, to 29 ppm meat, fish, poultry. Zinc is also present in most drinking water. Drinking water or other beverages may contain high levels of zinc if they are stored in metal containers or flow through pipes that have been coated with zinc to resist rust. If you take more than the recommended daily amount of supplements containing zinc, you may have higher levels of zinc exposure. Now, we know that zinc is an essential element in our bodies, and we also know that zinc is also a part of the periodic table. Zinc is a metal. Zinc is actually comes from a Germanic term. You know what I'm saying? So zinc is a very important element to our body. You know, people take zinc for vitality and stuff like that, and for people got zinc pills. Women take zinc pills for when birth rates go up, when babies are born. We give them zinc so they can grow and get bigger and get stronger. Now, zinc is one of the most common elements in the Earth's crust. Zinc is found in the air, soil, and water. It is present in all foods, and it's pure elemental or metallic form. Zinc is a bluish white, shiny metal. Powdered zinc is explosive and may burst into flames if stored in damp places. Metallic zinc has many uses in the industry. A common use for zinc is to coat steel and iron as well as other metals to prevent rust and corrosion. This process is called galvanization. Metallic zinc is also mixed with other metals to form alloys such as brass, bronze. A zinc and copper alloy is used to make pennies in the United States. Okay, metallic zinc is also used to make dry cell batteries. Now, if you can see, it says a zinc and a copper alloy is used to make pennies in the United States. Now, imagine you having zinc chemicals in your mask, and you having copper chemical, the copper element in your mask. You are inhaling two familiar types of metals in your body. Zinc can also combine with other elements such as chlorine, oxygen, and sulfur to form zinc compounds. Zinc compounds that may be found in hazardous waste sites are zinc. Now, we're done with that. We're done with that. Now, let's get to the deficiency of how the deficiency of zinc. If you have a deficiency in metal or zinc in your body, zinc deficiency can severely impair immune system function. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, zinc deficient persons experience increased susceptibility to a variety of pathogens. So if you are low on zinc, you bear witness, or you are prone to getting a lot of illnesses or viruses and different like bacteria in the air. Zinc for treating diarrhea. According to World Health, like I said, organization, diarrhea kills an astonishing 1.6 million children under 5 every year. Zinc pills may help reduce diarrhea. Now, we are done with the element of zinc as far as right now, and we're going to the element of nanofibers. Now, this is the next element of your mask that you are wearing during this coronavirus pandemic. Think about it. Nanofibers have many possible technological and commercial applications. They are used in tissue engineering and drug delivery, cancer diagnosis, lithium, air battery, optical sensors, and air filtrations. That's a lot of information right there. I don't know if I call all that. Experiments on mice focus on how the varying length and shape of nanofibers suggested that longer nanofibers are the most dangerous, even though mice and human lungs are different. After injecting silver nanofibers into the lungs of mice, the scientists found that any fiber longer than 5,000 of a millimeter were more likely to become lodged in the lungs and cause respiratory problems. Now, I spoke on this in my pros and cons presentation on the idea of this mask being debunked. So, like I said, this mask causes more harm than good. So now, these nanofibers potentially have an effect on your breathing system, your heart system, your lung system, just because you breathing in that nanofiber. And maybe the nanofiber is not cut, or maybe it's cut to a specific millimeter. But who's to say if it won't be longer than 5,000 of the millimeter? You know what I'm saying? Continuing on. Nickel nanofibers and carbon nanofibers were then used in further tests, and nanofibers smaller than 5,000 of a millimeter were able to leave lungs without problems. Okay, that's a positive. Now, new research has suggested that nanofibers may prove as high a health risk as asbestos. Asbestos is known to cause a number of health issues. Inhaling asbestos fibers can cause fibrosis of the lungs, swelling, weight loss, warts, and a persistent cough, and the use of asbestos now faces regulation in the Western Hemisphere. Now, this is a 2012 study of how the nanofibers in your mask still can affect how you develop other chronic diseases, as the asbestos, which is, like I said, is known to cause all these problems within the respiratory system. Again, as you can see, there is a problem with the respiratory system with these chemicals, right? Adverse effects in humans, such as nausea and vomiting after this. Now let's move on to the next one. Excuse me, I didn't mean to just move on like that quick. We're going to hit back on the copper oxide. Adverse effects in humans, such as nausea and vomiting after the swallowing of copper oxide powder, or lung damage after the breathing in of copper oxide fumes, have been reported. In most cases, these effects are the result of exposure to very high doses of this metal, and also to a higher bioavailability of copper, with copper ions being released from the copper oxide. However, copper is an essential trace element for the normal function of many tissues, including the nervous system, immune system, heart, skin, as well as for the formation of capillaries. Copper is extremely well tolerated and processed by humans. This is not the case for all animals. However, some wildlife species show greater sensitivity to copper toxicity. Now, what that just means is that copper oxide, when you inhale that for a very long time, that has a tremendous effect on your respiratory system as well. I mentioned that these chemicals have a tremendous effect on your respiratory system. This mask has a tremendous effect on your respiratory system. Conclusion, they even stated that humans can have regular contact with copper and copper oxide through its many applications. It is important to keep in mind that copper oxide is a skin irritant, and that it is oral use as an essential micro element should be limited in addition. So not only does it, mess with your respiratory system, your breathing system, and have problem with that, because you understand, guys, you understand if your lungs are being affected by this at this time period with these chemicals, you're going to be affected even you're going to be affected even more crazy by the coronavirus if you even get this mask, because this gonna make the virus on the outside be able to influence the inside of your body because the immune system be lowered. So let me slow it down. It's a double-edged sword, and you don't want to be caught in that war. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep moving. Now, let's get to the pros of the nanofiber that they solidify as good, as Mr. Gabe solidified as good. The pores of the nanofiber pad are so small that bacteria cannot go through it, nor a droplet that contains a live virus, and our EPA approved 100% cotton X fibers destroy the pathogens that come in contact with it, Gabby says. The mask not only blocks the virus, but kills the virus going both to the wearer and away from the wearer in case the wearer is infected. Now, not done yet. We're getting into who created the fabric finishing of the technology. We know now who created this technology. We know who advocated and helped create the technology for this mask. Not only did GABA help create this mask, you have two university chemist professors that did this. So now we finna read it. Synovia's ultrasonic fabric finishing technology, invented by two Bariani University chemistry professors, mechanically infuses antiviral, antimicrobial, zinc and copper oxide nanoparticles into textiles for face masks and other protective products. So basically, they put the chemicals inside of the fabrics and stuff like that, so it can help fight off the virus. Now, Synovia recently received a European Commission Horizon 2020 grant, and the technology has won several prizes in China. So this company has a surprising rate of success with their inventions, right? But this invention was cracked by your only one that you know. So with that being said, you guys know what's going on. If this invention was cracked by me, then something you know is wrong. Continuing. Intention decoder. Focus up. You must decode the information that is at hand. That is your task as the people watching this video. I've done my job, and thank you guys for watching. Now, you focus on what you gotta do.